Well, hello, folks. As you can see, I have Constantine with me from, oh God, I just forgot your country.
Uganda.
Uganda, of course. uh, and if there's any way that you can speak up a little bit louder, it would be appreciated because it was very soft when you said Uganda. So,
Okay, I'm from Uganda. I'm Constantine Makowe. I'm really so excited to hear from you, Ron Van Dyke.
yes, well, I appreciate it, and as I've said in the video that I made, I've been making contributions first through Anna in Australia, but of course
Yes.
that's the last one I was able to make through her was in December, and then
Yes.
as you know, she disappeared, and I think you've been in communication with her son, and she's in
Yeah.
some kind of recuperation. If I'm not, that's what I remember anyway.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, there are people questioning that you actually run an orphanage, and I provided the information, but there's so much problems with the idea that people from not just Uganda but all over Africa, many people are running scams. I mean, that's a fact, and it makes doing business uh, more difficult, especially when you're legitimate. As I know, you provided me the information about your organization. So talk to us a little bit.
Yeah. Mr. Ron, thank you so much. First of all, I still appreciate each and everyone all over the world who have still taken initiative to fight for humanity. Me personally, I'm called Makowe Constantine, and I stay in Uganda. As per now, I'm 25 years old. And I have gone through a lot of experiences, and that experience which I went through have made me whom I am. For me, I grew up, I didn't know any of my biological parents, but I was just told that my mom was a street child, and then she ran out of their home country, which is Kulu, to the central parts of Uganda during the wartime. But when she came to central parts of Uganda, in Chinawataka, in the parts of Chinawataka, that is where she started up with life on the streets, gambling on how she can survive. And I'm told that Lily, as she was gambling for her survival, she got pregnant. But when she got pregnant, uh, she gave birth to me. But as she was giving birth, she died. In due to over, she died. It is so hard, but I'm told that she was found when she had overbled blood from her, and she didn't have any hope, and I was just aside crying. So I was just luckily rubbish picked, and when I was rubbish picked by Rosemary. Truly, I grew up knowing that Rosemary was my true mom. I grew up knowing that she is the one who is my mother. And I think but when I was 6 years, I asked her, where is my dad? What happened to my dad? And she didn't tell me anything, but she just kept me. She told me, no, you'll come to know. Good enough, you're healthy. Yes, I grew up with her. She cared for me. I used to see her going to streets, pick some plastic materials, and from these plastic materials, she used to sell them. After selling them, she could get some money, but this money was very less because sometimes she could just buy some food, which was not even enough for all of us, and we were just staying home too. But she loved me, she cared for me, and always called me that her angel, I'm his angel, that one day I will save the world. That is what he always used to tell me. But as I grew up, we went on working together. I grew up starting to help her to go pick some rubbish, grow some crops. But when time reached, she took me to school. She took me, I started attaining education. From the little money she had, she could always pay my school fees in installment. That is what I knew. Every day she could pass via the school from my primary to pay some little money for me to stay at school. And then as when I reached, after finishing my secondary level, she started suffering from a certain disease. But for her, she just used to hide it away from me. But later on, she called me and told me that, Makowe, my son, today I have breast cancer, I have cancer, and it is eating me. I don't know, I can't go for a surgery because I have to care for you. I have to care for your education. And right now I'm paying some high sums of money. So the little money, all I have is for you. Today, even tears came out of my eyes when she told me like that. She was loving me. She taught me a lot of things, how to respect people, how to believe, how to be consistent on truth, always to fight for truth despite of what people they are talking or what people they are speaking, but always to be me. Always told me, Makowe, you have to be yourself. But when I had just joined university, I was in my first year, attaining a bachelor degrees of vocational studies in Agric with education. I was ranked on phone, and they were calling me to come back very soon as very possible. When I reached home, I found my mom when she was lying on the bed, when she can't even walk, and she was just crying, telling me that I'm feeling a lot of pain. But when she saw me, she just told me that I'm happy that you're here. I was not all that strong, but I had to start helping some work. I had to now start looking for the money. On the second day, when I had just come back home, when my mom is sick, she called me. It was around 7 p.m. Then she called me and told me, Makowe, today I want to tell you the truth. I want to tell you who you are. In tears, she told me that she was not my mom. Brother Ron, it is so hard. It was a very hard moment for me. It was so hard for me to accept that what she was saying was real. She told me that I'm not your mom, but I'm your adopted mom. I have just keeping you out. I have been barren for years, but God gave you to me as a blessing. But the true story is that your mom was a street child and died long time ago, and we buried her. I cried. I cried. She explained to me all what I've been telling you about the life of my little mom who died along the street. But then she requested me to help children. She told me that when you are able, please help such people, such children who are like you. There are very many who are going through such hard situation like you, even those who are more than you, because for you had a chance that have been staying with you. In a few days, my mom died. Rosemary died, and we had to organize and we buried her. We started up, I had to start up a new life as a youth, but I had in mind that I have to fight for humanity. I started growing some crops on the land where my adopted mom left for me. And as well, I rented some areas. I grew crops. I used to sell some to pay back for the rented land where I grew some crops, most of the crops. And for other crops, I used to help the children. I used to help some of the children on the streets and those who didn't have what to eat. I started up with 6 children. They were street children all. But as per now, we are having 34 orphans.
Oh, you added a new one. I had 33 in the number.
Right now, we are having one who is new. Just cried, used to come to have with us lunch. But at the end, she could just sleep along the veranda. So I had no option. I had to just accept for her to be part of us. I love these children because they are my family. I know there are very many scammers, and I can't resist to say that. There are very many scammers all over the world, in Uganda, in any country. But for me, I always accept truth. And I want to always reveal my heart. My experience was so hard, and I don't want to harm someone's life again. These children, I stay with them, but I provide basically accommodation and food. I try to take some of them to school, but I was unable. I'm alone. The children, the family is big, and they have to have food. So for education, I just pray that one day we can get some donors who can come in to partner with us to help these children to have school, or maybe I have a hope in case we can have maybe a school in the community, because most of the children, they don't access education. They are unable to go to school because the schools are far and their parents cannot afford the money. So the community loved what I was doing. They saw the passion I had, the strength I had to raise these children, and I was really determined to help them. They advised me and they guided me on how to register my organization, a community-based organization. I'm repeating this. My organization is a community-based organization. It is not a non-government organization. It is a small organization in the community, helping people or children in the community. It is not as big as the NGO. Very many people, they are trying to search for the NGOs, and they say that we are not existing. But this is a community-based. And for us, we are in third world countries. What is in third world countries, it is not in what is in other countries like US, like in America. Here, updating the systems, it is so scarce, or the level of technology is still very low. So we find ourselves not able to be updated as the existing organization, basically the community-based organizations. So for people, for anyone all over the world. Through my brother Ron, through my mentor Ron, really, right now I'm inside the orphanage, which I'm going to show you some pictures where the children sleep, where I stay with them. So I stay with these children at all times. And for that, anyone who may say that maybe we are not existing can prove, can call, can ask me any question. So we're registered and I'm staying with these children legally. The government of Uganda knows and the community knows, because right now they can't accept the gatherings of very many children, but here they know us, they know what I'm doing, and they accept me. They accept me to stay with these children, and I'm really very happy that I can stay with them, I can help them. I provide them basically food, despite that the food is not enough. Just of recently, they stole our food. We have been working hand in hand with the children such that we can plant the crops, such that we can have some food which can help us live, to run or to survive, more especially during this hard period. But thieves came in and they took all the food. So right now we are just stranded. We don't know what is going to be next. We don't know how we are going to push on with the life, or we don't know how life is going to live, exist once again without someone's hope all over the world, without your hope, without my hope. I don't know, because these crops we had invested in our energy, our love, our time, and the garden was part of our life, because the community where I used to work and fundraise some food, right now I cannot because of the restrictions in the country. So we call upon each and everyone to support us. Here it is hard for me to access water. We access water from a distant area. The area is a bit far. We don't have a good accommodation where the children sleep. The children are sleeping in the same room, both girls and boys. It is so risky for me, but I have I have none to do, because I accepted this. I accepted this ministry. Always God's ministry is a ministry which is so challenging, but we have to always just accept from the heart, to accept any challenge. I have had very many people who tell me that I'm a scammer, but they can't stop me from doing what I have to do. They can't stop me from doing what is true, but I have to just continue doing what is real. So I don't know. I'm just having very many words to explain, but let me talk about a few of the challenges we surface. The major challenge is that they stole our food. Right? The thieves came in and they stole our food, and this food from our garden, this food was our life, because it was what our major source of food. Second one is, these children, they don't go to school, but they would love to go to school. Their dream is so big, to be motivators of the world, to be humanitarians of the world, but they can't access education. Then access to water is so hard for us here. Then medication, for medication, basically sometimes I just use local herbs. I use local herbs because I fail to get the money to take them to the hospital. So there are very many. The accommodation, shelter, basically our fundraise with Anna was to make sure that we can build a shelter for the girls. But we are hopeful when Anna comes back, maybe we can resume and startup. But for anyone all over the world who is going to take time to watch this video, please, I'm down on my knees. Please, please. We are real, we are existing. We have had very many people who have visited us and they have proven our existence. They have come to see their children and they have liked the work. Despite that, they just have the heart of helping, but so far they haven't got a blessing of money to help us. But we kindly call upon you, let us join our hands and serve the world. We know where the government may fail, we are the major government. We are the government and we are the big government. We are the people making up the government. So let us make what we want our world to be. Together we can make a difference. I cannot make this alone, but with you, me, and all of us, we can make a great difference. Once again, I love each and everyone who cares about humanity. You are always on my heart and I always pray for you. I love you so much, Brother Ron, because you have nurtured me, you have mentored me a lot. I'm still learning a lot from you. Not only being kind, but only always focusing at the truth. Always to remain at the right side. I love the entire planet, and I'm still fighting for the planet. Where fear is driving the world, we have to come in and raise our faith. This pandemic is out of fear. They are causing us to just have fear, but we have to be strong. We have to raise our faith. We have to know the world we really want, not the world those political elites who think they are political elites want our planet to be. We are the planet and we are the world. Without us, no one can say that this is the world. I love you so much.
Thank you so much. I see two of the kids have gotten behind you, and there's one behind you right now, and he was holding his hand out, or I'm assuming it's a little boy.
Yeah. They wanted to come, but I told them to first stay outside because they could inconvenience me. So they couldn't wait to come and Leo see what I'm Leo talking about and to see who you are.
Yeah, we'll have to make another video together. Right now, I have several people wanting to make videos with me, and so I'm going to have to reassess my whole program of making videos. But anyway, I appreciate the fact that we were able to connect and make this video, and I will get it up and posted on YouTube and Facebook as quickly as I possibly can. It has to be processed first. It's going to take me maybe an hour or so, but I will get it done.
Okay. Thank you so much, and we love you so much, and thank you for your humanitarian heart. We can't wait to join our hands and save the world.
Yes. And hello, children.
Hey. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Anyway,
Yes, yeah.
Thank you. I do appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Mr. Ron, maybe there's something I will ask you maybe after the video.
Okay, well, we'll go ahead and end the video now. And as I always say, namaste, which means the God in me recognizes and honors the God in you.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you. I was so humbled for the video you made on the YouTube. I watched it and tears almost ran out of my eyes. And thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Blessings, my friend.